Today we're going to learn how to play Little Martha by Duane Allman. This is a song originally written in 1971, shortly before Duane's tragic death, first appearing on the Eat a Peach album, which was released in 1972. It's been called by Leo Kottke the greatest guitar song ever written, and it's a very popular song, beautiful to play, has some very interesting features on it, and it really is not that hard to play once you can break down the song and understand the different parts. This is a song that was originally written in open E. I am playing it, however, in open G. I kind of like the sound of it better in open G, plus having it in that tuning allows me to go ahead and play some other songs in open G that I have. I'm playing it today on an Adamas 2008 Collector's Edition guitar. Beautiful guitar, carbon fiber top like all Adamas. One of the very nice features of this guitar is the VIP preamp. Not only does the VIP preamp allow you to model a number of different classic microphones and dial in just the tone that you would like, but a very nice feature of it is the onboard tuner, which is especially convenient when you're changing tunings and going into alternate tunings such as we're doing on this song. Now, as I said, I'm playing this song in open G, and what that simply means is that the guitar is tuned in such a way that when the open strings are played, you have a G chord. Now, as with any chord, the chord is defined by the 1-3-5 triad. In other words, the root note, being the 1 in this case, is G for the G chord, followed by the 3 note, the major third, which is the B, and that is then followed by the perfect fifth, which in the case of a G chord would be the D note. And those are right here, G, B, and D. Notice this string is tuned down a full step from E to D. There are two other strings that are tuned down a full step as well. That would be the bass E string is tuned down to a D, and then the following string, normally an A, is tuned down a full step to a G. So now all of the strings, when they are played, have notes that fall within the G major triad. So we have a G, a D, a G, a D, a B, and a D. Now this actually makes the fingering, left-hand fingering, quite easy to play this song. Most of the work is going to be done by the right-hand fingering. One of the characteristics of this song is a strong bass rhythm where the root note of the chord that you're playing is constantly played and serves as a nice counterpoint to the fairly simple melody. Now the song itself can be divided into three major parts. There is a verse followed by a chorus, which are both repeated. That is then followed by a bridge, which leads back to a final playing of the verse. Now in the first verse it starts with the G chord, only instead of strumming it we're playing individual notes. A characteristic of this song is the use of hammer-ons and pull-offs, which provide color tones while we're playing. In this particular case we're going from a G, hammering onto the C note to give us a G sus4. And another characteristic is that during the verses the same chord is played, but with the root note being played at a much higher octave. In this case, the G. When you put that together, it sounds like this. Now notice again, most of the work is being done by the right hand. The left hand fingering is very simple. See that again. You'll also hear the droning of the bass counterpoint throughout. Now after we go from G to a G sus fourth and then to a G with a high octave, we go back to the regular G, G sus fourth, and then a G add ninth. And this is the G add ninth. From that, we go back to the G sus fourth, and then back to the G. So putting that all together, and that is basically repeated with a minor variation at the very end before transitioning to the next part of the verse. second half of the verse, because it's in open G tuning, if we place our finger across the 5th fret, we have a C chord. And once again, we have the hammer-ons and pull-offs giving us the C sus4, followed by the C 1 octave higher, back to the C sus4, and back to the C. Eventually we'll add a C add 9th, and then here another color tone, a C6, and back to the C. Put that all together, and that sounds like this. Now we go back to the G as we played at the beginning of the verse. And that's it for the verse. So to hear all that put together at a little bit faster speed. Now we're ready for the chorus. And the chorus is based off of the G again, but at a higher register, this time up here. There's the G. We then come down to the C chord, this time with a D bass, and I'll show you why that's important in a moment. And then come up to the 7th fret for the D chord. In the song, it sounds like this. Notice this time we're using the D as our counterpoint bass line to provide that droning sound. In the next part of the chorus, again the G, again the C with the D bass, and then we play an A minor with the D bass. And so that sounds like this. Then we repeat back to the G. Now we're ending up on the D chord, which provides some tension. So in order to resolve that tension before going back to the root G chord, we need to do a walk down from a B minor to the D7, and then there's a little flourish here, and then we are back to the beginning, and we play the verse again. So let's hear what the chorus sounds like with that walk down into the G chord. Okay. Now at this point, the verse and the chorus are repeated. When you get to the end of the chorus, the second time, instead of doing this little flourish and going back to the G chord, you instead play the treble 3 notes as a harmonic on the 7th fret as a transition into the bridge. So that would sound like. And now we're ready for the bridge. Now the bridge again is using the same chords as the chorus, only played a little bit differently. to the walk down from the B minor to the D7th. And we finish the song by playing the verse one more time. And that's it. That's the entire song. And that's it for How to Play Little Martha. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Hope you can learn the song. Keep on picking.